Hello, and welcome to the Curio Clips channel. Take a deep breath. Now, imagine a world where that simple act is impossible. A world with no breathable air, no blue oceans, no green continents. Welcome to the Archean Eon, a time so ancient it makes the dinosaurs look like recent history. This was our Earth, but an Earth you would never recognize. Let's travel back, over 4 billion years, to witness the chaotic and spectacular birth of the planet we call home. Before the Archean, during the Hadean Eon, Earth was a molten hellscape, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets from the leftover debris of our solar system's formation. It was a world of fire and rock. But as this bombardment slowly subsided, something incredible began to happen. The planet started to cool down. Water vapor, delivered by comets and released from volcanic activity, condensed in the atmosphere and began to fall as rain. Not for days or weeks, but for millions of years, creating a torrential, planet-wide deluge that would eventually form the first oceans. But don't picture a serene, tropical paradise. The Archean Ocean was a hot, acidic, olive-green soup. Why green? Because it was choked with dissolved iron. There was virtually no free oxygen in the atmosphere or the water, so the iron couldn't rust. Instead, it remained dissolved, giving the seas a strange, alien hue. The sky above wasn't our familiar blue, either. The atmosphere was a thick, hazy blanket of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, and ammonia, likely casting a reddish or orange glow over this primordial world. The sun, being younger, was also about 25% dimmer than it is today, bathing the planet in a perpetual, eerie twilight. The land, what little of it existed, was just as alien. Instead of the massive continents we know, there were small volcanic islands, or proto-continents, scattered across the global ocean. These weren't stable land masses. The Earth's crust was much thinner and more active. Plate tectonics was in its infancy, operating faster and more violently than today. Volcanoes constantly erupted, spewing lava and noxious gases, building up these small, black, rocky islands that were constantly being recycled back into the molten mantle. Imagine a world of black volcanic rock, green oceans, and an orange sky. It's a truly dramatic and hostile landscape. So, in this toxic, volatile world, could anything possibly survive? The answer is a resounding yes, and it's the most important part of the Archean story. This is the Eon where life first appeared. We don't know exactly how it happened, but somewhere in this primordial soup, perhaps in the bubbling, chemical-rich waters of hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, simple organic molecules assembled into the first self-replicating cells. These weren't complex creatures. They were single-celled organisms, prokaryotes, similar to modern bacteria. For hundreds of millions of years, they were the sole inhabitants of Earth, thriving in an environment that would be instantly lethal to us. These early life forms were masters of survival. Without oxygen, they developed anaerobic metabolism, drawing energy from the chemicals around them. We can still find evidence of their existence today in ancient rocks called stromatolites. These are layered structures formed by colonies of microbes, trapping sediment in shallow water. Finding a 3.5 billion year old stromatolite is like finding a fossilized city, a testament to the tenacity of Earth's earliest life. They are some of the oldest, most profound fossils on the entire planet. Then, about halfway through the Archean, a revolutionary innovation occurred. A new type of bacteria evolved, cyanobacteria. These tiny organisms performed a trick that would change the world forever. They figured out how to use sunlight for energy through a process called photosynthesis. It was a game changer, but it had a peculiar side effect. A waste product. That waste product was oxygen. For the first time, free oxygen was being released into the environment on a massive scale. This event, known as the Great Oxidation Event, didn't happen overnight. For millions of years, the oxygen produced by cyanobacteria simply reacted with the iron in the oceans, causing it to rust and sink to the seafloor. This process created vast deposits of iron ore, which we mine today, known as banded iron formations. These alternating layers of iron-rich and iron-poor rock are a beautiful, striped record of our planet learning to breathe. The world was literally rusting. Once the iron in the oceans was used up, oxygen began to build up in the atmosphere. For the anaerobic life that had dominated the planet for a billion years, this was a catastrophe. Oxygen was a poison, leading to the first great mass extinction event on Earth. Life was forced to adapt, retreat into oxygen-free environments, or go extinct. But from this crisis, new opportunities arose. The presence of oxygen paved the way for more complex life forms that could harness its powerful energy-releasing properties. It also created the ozone layer, which would shield the surface from the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation, allowing life to eventually venture onto land. As the Archean Eon drew to a close around 2.5 billion years ago, the Earth was a transformed planet. The first continents were beginning to assemble, the oceans were starting to clear of their iron content, and the atmosphere was slowly, very slowly, becoming oxygenated. The stage was set for the next chapter in Earth's history, the Proterozoic Eon, where life would become more complex, and the world would begin to look a little more familiar. The chaotic, alien world of the Archean, with its green oceans and orange sky, was giving way to the world we know. So the next time you look at a blue sky or take a deep breath of fresh air, remember the Archean. Remember the billions of years of cosmic bombardment, volcanic fury, and microbial warfare that it took to create this world. Our planet's story is written in the rocks beneath our feet, a dramatic tale of fire, water, and life's incredible ability to not only survive, but to completely remake its world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to the dawn of our planet. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the history of our amazing world. Let me know in the comments what ancient time you'd like to explore next. Until then, stay curious.